What's up, Blade fam? So today we're here at Coping Ledge. We're at a Coping Ledge park. We call it that because of this lovely ledge. Really fun place to practice. We're going to be here learning how to do the front side grind today. I've had a lot of requests, and although there are other tutorials out there, y'all want me to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and cover that. Before we get further into it, let's look at what this trick looks like. One foot is going to be what we call a fast slide foot. So you're going to be having this foot as in the front foot of a sole grind, or a top sole grind, or a royale. The back foot is going to be a Hud slide, or the backside foot of a Mizzou or a Farfanugan. So these two put together make a front side grind. As you begin to steeze it out, it turns into what we call a UFO grind, you know, more hovering along, steezed out. So that's what the grind looks like. Let's get into how to do this. So how to break this grind down. I can front side both ways, and I think it's because I learned how to sole grind right-footed, and it wasn't really something that it's gonna sound crazy, but I never learned how to front side grind in my first like 5 years of skating. I didn't like the way the grind looked, so I didn't do it. And as I began to grow, it was just one of those things like, hey, well, can you front side? And that's when, you know, I just picked it up. And now I actually enjoy doing the grind. I find it unique as much as any other grind, you know, and I really enjoy the surfing feel of it, you know. I'm from Hawaii and I enjoy surfing, and so that grind is a surfing move-ish. So let's get into it. We're going to cover these by steps, and the first step is going to be the approach. Now, depending on how you feel about it or what makes you more comfortable, you know, you can approach right legged back. So if you were right foot dominant, now you have your left foot in front of you, that may work, you know, you're just gonna pop up there but for others, including myself, this feels more natural, where my right foot is behind me, and when I pop up, it's now in front of me. This grind, I think you could learn both ways, and what that will teach you in time is gonna be how to approach a ledge from both directions with both feet. It'll also open you up to the balance points to help you learn switch grinds, which all manifested 5 years after I've been skating because I refused to learn the grind just because it was ugly. So now we're going into it. We got the approach. You're gonna have to figure out which one, again, works for you, whether it's gonna be your dominant leg behind and hop nut, or your dominant leg behind and hopping up that way. Neither is gonna be right or wrong, but it's gonna be a point of preference, which one you're going to be stronger in. So go ahead and figure that out. A way you could safely figure that out without jumping on a high obstacle or any obstacle is just approaching even a line as such in the grass. You know, you could visualize this being a ledge and seeing how that felt that way or this way, and you're safely able to balance and hold and visualize a trick. You know, you got a clear line here between the concrete and the grass, because the real trick of this is, how do you want to come out? Do you want to come out skating fakie or forward? Because I noticed that if I go with my right foot, which is my dominant foot, forward, I'll come out fakie. But if I go with my dominant foot behind me, I'll come out forward. So again, that's going to be another determining factor of which way or which one's going to feel natural to you. Dabble with both. Now the jump. The jump is, this trick's really fun and easy because you get to look at your obstacle the whole time, and as you're coming into this, you can carve into an angled point to where you're not really rotating or anything. You get to jump up as if you were doing box jumps in the gym and holding that grind. Or vice versa from the other direction. So step one would be your approach. You're going to be approaching at an angle. Step two is popping. Now, with this trick, your arms are gonna wanna be out. As you're balancing further down your obstacle, you're gonna turn and start to begin to work your torso in a balanced way, surfing this trick. Step 3 will be your out. So as you're stabilized and you're coming off your obstacle, you have the option to turn to your fakie and roll out, or pop up and land forward and continue the roll on. So let's give a couple examples. Another quick tip about this trick is it teaches you, again, not to step up. You cannot, prove me wrong, step up a front side. You know, if you're like, I don't know how, you can't step this grind up. So that's again why this grind was so fundamental to learn in the beginning of your skating, is because it teaches you to jump with both feet and pop and land and stabilize, and you're working these muscles that will later transmute or become kind grinds, soul grinds, alley-oop soul grinds, and other grinds that I may have missed. Felt weird standing up like that. But in essence, this thing teaches you so much about rollerblading or aggressive inline skating. It teaches you your edge, it teaches you your jump, teaches the pop, teaches you to balance. So I know I've kind of taught all these other different grinds, but man, if you're just getting into aggressive inline skating, this trick is one for the books. You want to learn this one. All right, guys, so that's a demonstration of how the grind would be done. Step by step, you analyze this trick, and you'll see that it's more about speed and balance, as all grinds are, but this one really has a momentum balance feel to it. It's a unique grind for sure, but it's super fun once you get it going, especially if you're throwing it on quarter pipes, or shoot, if you're like Rob G doing some long, forever long rails, kids chasing you down the street, front sides. You know, that it's one of those very fun grinds, because once you start settling into it, it has, again, the surfing feel, or snowboarding. You know, just we're in a different position, a body position. All right, guys, so that sums up my front side tutorial. I hope you found the tips useful. You know, keep it simple, break it down, learn the balance points, find your edges, and get stronger, you know. Thanks again for all of the love and support. Till next time, keep the blade alive. Aloha.